It's the 10th day of Christmas, and at last we're approaching the end of our Ethiopian pilgrimage. Since we began on Christmas Day, we've walked 200 miles. That's 320 kilometers. Now we reach our final destination, Gonda, the African Camelot. And after so many days on the road, this former Ethiopian capital comes as an intoxicating relief.
That's beautiful. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Gonda reached the peak of its power in the 16th century. From this castle, the Ethiopian emperors, protected by warrior horsemen, wielded absolute power. But Ethiopian emperors were always in awe of another superior force, the spiritual might of Ethiopian orthodoxy. And still today, we should never underestimate the power of the Orthodox Church in this country. Even at the beginning of the 21st century, it is still incredibly profound here. Not far away, Ishitu and his family are entering the most famous church in North Africa to pray. They must purify themselves for tomorrow. This church is called the Debre Birhan Selassie, built in the 16th century, and it's famous for its frescoes. And note how they pray, not unlike the prayer rituals of Islam. The fresco is of the three wise men who showed the baby Jesus to the world. That moment is what Timkat is all about. And as the sun sets over Gonda, the atmosphere is charged with intense religious fervor. It's why the pilgrims are still flocking into town, all of them seeking redemption. Next morning, it's the start of Timkat. Religious passions explode in the streets. For the next 2 days, there are similar celebrations all over Ethiopia. It's the biggest ceremony in the Orthodox calendar. For Ishitu and his family, it's the culmination of their pilgrimage. But for me, it's a little different, because it's at Timkat when the most sacred objects of Ethiopian Christendom are put on show. This is as close as you and I will ever get to the mystery of the lost ark. Resting on the priests' heads are tablets, the tablets upon which God is supposed to have written the 10 Commandments. But there seem to be rather a lot of them, so which ones are genuine? Then I'm told that each tablet comes from a different church in Gonda. Each is believed to have the power of the ark, which is why they're covered in cloth. If anyone other than their guardian priest sees them, they'll be instantly consumed by fire. At least that's what the faithful believe. All over Ethiopia, hundreds of tablets are being paraded, each with the same powers. each supposedly inscribed with the laws of Moses as writ by the finger of God. And here at last, I'm beginning to understand what they're on about. This isn't about reality, it's about faith. You don't ask God to prove his existence, so why ask the same of the Ark? And it's that faith that's brought the pilgrims to Gondar. It's why Ishatu, his family and I have walked all this way.
Did you enjoy it?
I enjoyed very much, very much. Really, I don't have what to tell you about what I enjoyed.
Tay, what did you think? You enjoy it? Yeah?
ደስ ብሎሻል ነው የምልሽ ብታይ በእንግሊዝኛ አብረን።
Well, do you think you'll come back next year?
Well, maybe I will come with my friends to visit this place because I enjoyed very much about Timkat or Etiopia.
Yeah.
As the festival reaches its climax on the 12th day of Christmas, the drums beat incessantly. The priests bless the crowd as the most sacred moment of the Epiphany ceremony unfolds. They push a raft out into the lake. The candles are both a sign and a symbol. The symbol is the giving of life to the Saviour, and the sign is for everyone to repeat their christening. Water flies everywhere, and while it's a moment of deep religious significance, I can't help thinking it's also about having a good time. And what of the Ark of the Covenant? Well, the Ark didn't show, but its contents did. And after a brief appearance, they'll be returned once more to a life of seclusion until next year's Timkat.
So if you come to Ethiopia, you may not find the Ark, but you will find the covenant, that agreement between God and humanity. It's everywhere, in ceremonies like this all over Ethiopia. It's in the hearts and minds of the Ethiopian people.
But right now, it's the mouths and stomachs of a group of pilgrims that's concerning us most. After so much walking, I reckon we've earned enough redemption for some of the pleasures of life.
We're looking forward to this, I tell you. That's a Timkat, huh?
And a toast to little Jordanus, the youngest member of the group. Always happy, always smiling. And sadly, it's time to say goodbye to my pilgrim friends. And as they head back to Lalibela, I head off to reflect. I'd done 200 miles across these magnificent highlands. I'd visited some of Ethiopia's most sacred places, and I'd got a real insight into the soul of this ancient land.